last delivery, picked up the trailer. It actually rides really well. I think I did do an update while we were driving. Now we're at the next pickup. This is the hazmat run that we've been consistently running. Well, fairly consistent, I guess. This is the one to Tooele, Utah, from Lynchburg, Virginia. And we got to navigate their parking lot with all their cars and hop over into a dock. I think at this point we probably have enough of these placards from all the loads we've ran for them that we could probably cover probably like 5 or 6 trailers with the correct placards and have extras. Alright, let's see. I don't know which one they want us at, so we'll go in the middle. Liz is in checking in. Liz is inside checking in. And I'm gonna drive out of here. So this one's a little bit different. Normally we pick it up on a Friday and we deliver on Monday, which is plenty of time. We usually have like an extra day or so. This time we're picking it up on a Tuesday and we're gonna deliver it by Friday. So we're gonna have to do a little bit more of that team running, so we'll see how it goes. I think I'm gonna pop back there and throw some straps in. These guys usually strap it down for us, which is awesome. Still got to go back in and double check it because ultimately you are responsible for the securement, but I'm gonna throw them back there and see what happens. All right, it is time for some updates. It's been a while since we have filmed. And a lot has happened since then. So we took out from the shipper, got up to 77 north through the tunnel, and then another driver decided to use his flatbed trailer as a weapon, and he basically rammed our truck with the end of his trailer in an effort to cut me off while I was passing him and another truck. Luckily it struck our wheel, so the lug studs caught his tire and ripped it apart. There's not a whole lot of damage to our truck, just kind of tires, scuffs, and obviously the lug studs are pretty mangled up.
And a broken light.
And a broken corner marker. then the guy tried to flee the scene, but because of the tire, we were able to keep up with them and catch up with them. And we had our dash cam, and Liz was calling the state trooper as we were chasing him down. I was reading off the info off of his truck. And then we got next to him, and I was trying to get him to stop, and I noticed that he had a small child in his truck. So he was willing to do all of this, run us off the road, and like, we're carrying hazmat, we're carrying flammable hazmat. So because there was not a shoulder on that side either, so if we would have gone any farther and hit the guardrail, it could have been way worse. But not to mention, just having a kid and be willing to do all of this, it just absolutely crazy to me. We get there, state trooper assigns blame. He didn't even want to see the dash cam that I had already pulled up, because he said the guy told him what happened and it was clearly his fault, so he just went with that. But we do have dash cam footage. I do have the GoPro was recording once he stopped, and the guy said that he was going to tell the officer that I went in his lane and hit him. I was like, yeah, but I have dash camera. I have 2 cameras on you right now. He's like, I don't care. All right, well, I think anybody that sees them will. So we weren't at fault, but we had to make a ton of calls. We got the ball rolling with the insurance. Just not a good situation. And then, so I continue to drive because the truck is drivable. Everything feels good. The alignment's not messed up, anything like that. Tire didn't get damaged. Wheel didn't get damaged. So everything is more or less superficial. The studs for the lug nuts do have to get replaced. All of them have to get replaced, but it's not a huge deal. And then I continued to drive the rest of my shift out. I got down to like 45 minutes left, and I stopped in Indiana, and we were going to check the weather, and it did not look good. We were going to literally be running directly into the blizzard. So we decided to take a 3-hour nap, check it again, and it just didn't improve. So we got with the agent in the morning, and we were like, hey, we could try to move it. We could try to go the southern route, which adds about 250 or 300 miles, something like that. So we gave him all the options, or we could deliver Monday, and he came back and said that that it's probably just best to deliver it Monday, which is fine. It's perfectly fine. We were okay with that. We wanted to deliver Friday and get out of there, but I mean, it's like a lot of it's an ice storm, so it's really no point in trying to drive through it. Like, yeah, if it was just snow, whatever, we can make it, but they had ice advisories. They were doing mandatory shutdowns. It was bad. So we've been at this truck stop for 2 days, 2.5 days.
Your clock said 52 hours.
52 hours. So yeah, a little over 2 days. And then, so we go to leave today, and we haven't left this spot pretty much. And you know, the parking lot's pretty covered. So we didn't leave this spot so when we got into this spot, it was 53 and kind of raining, and since then obviously it had dropped significantly, started snowing, sleet, everything. So the parking spot that we're in is covered in ice, and I think a lot of these same people are having this issue as well. So this guy over here is trying to get out as well, and he's having the same issue where originally I thought the trailer wheels or the brakes were frozen, but it's really just a sheet of ice that we're all sitting on. So just trying to move it from a dead stop is very difficult. But I was able to dump the airbags and to put more weight on the drives, and then kind of back up a little bit and then go, and we finally got over the ice, and then I just stopped it right here just to kind of collect myself, make an update on the video before we head out, because it's going to be a drive. Most of the roads look pretty clear though. There are some areas that it's still they're still struggling, but we're going to see how far we get. Hopefully we can get to Oak Grove or maybe even farther. we're sitting in the last part of the storm right now, so everything else is done snowing. It's just they need to get cleared, and obviously ice, you know, needs to melt and stuff. But so we'll probably pick up a little bit later. We'll see how far we get. All right, well, we were going to get out. Then this gentleman went past us. Somebody pulled out in front of him, and he had to stop. And it's pure ice. His front axle is stuck. It is frozen, and it is not spinning. So the rear drive has to fight the front axle not moving, and pull the truck and trailer, and it be on ice. So this guy is stuck. He was making a little bit of progress. He was going backwards, but no more progress to be made. So we were gonna leave, and now we wait. All right, we got some progress. Boss shop, which is literally next to this this place, just showed up. We're gonna see what they do.
Is that the shop on the pilot?
Yep. He is striking the drums with a hammer, so that is a good way to get them unstuck. I guess he's just gonna go down all of them just for the sake of being thorough, but it is definitely his drive axle. I saw it just sliding. I wasn't sure if he knew it, so now I want to confirm that he was stuck and not just sitting there in the worst spot possible to take a break. So we had a conversation. He actually did his due diligence while he was sitting all day yesterday, and he was moving the truck forward and backwards to have it not get stuck. We actually did not do that, but ours is not stuck. Yeah. So that just shows you sometimes even if you do all the right things, you still end up in the situation you try to avoid. So we'll see. I mean, that should definitely free up the axle, but I don't know if he's going to be able to actually move. Oh, okay, let's see. Oh, there it goes. Look at that. That front axle is unstuck. Yeah. I don't want to talk bad about the driver of this truck here, but he did not even step out of his vehicle to try to fix the situation. Me personally, we have a large stock of tools under the bunk, and I have enough determination and the unwillingness to pay somebody to come out and do this stuff for us that I'm going to exhaust every single resource before I have to call somebody over here and pay them to get us unstuck or whatever it may be. Because like that right there, I don't know, maybe the guy didn't know, or maybe he just didn't want to climb under his truck. But if your brakes stick like that and they get frozen from, you know, it rained and then it turned to ice and then it snowed, so any water buildup, moisture, condensation, even if you park hot brakes on a cold patch, there's going to be condensation, and then it gets cold enough to freeze, and then it will actually freeze the brake shoe. Oh no, Prime is backing up. I need to back up. He is going to back into us. Okay, I think he stopped. Yeah, it'll freeze the brake shoe to the drum. It is a very, very strong bond until you actually hit it with a hammer. Or what I usually do when we're starting out the day, if I'm unsure if they're stuck, is I'll roll backwards and forwards, kind of like looking in the mirror, making sure all the axles are rolling. But Yeah, like I said, not to talk bad about that guy, but I am not calling somebody out on something that I could have done or could have tried. Because if we would have, all right, I think we need to roll before everyone else. Because I'm seeing brake lights over here. There's a bunch of people stacked up, so we're going to go slow and steady. Yeah, let me get out of Prime's warpath. That's not a good thing. Yeah, there's some people stacked up, and now I guess the other guy wants to leave, so we're gonna get out of this place before we get trapped in again. Yeah, I don't know. I'm of the mindset of like it's our business, it's our equipment, so anything that we can do to possibly get ourselves unstuck, we're gonna do it. I imagine once we get to the interstate, it's going to be a lot clearer, but parking lots and random dog. We came from the right, so we're going to go out the way. Now, I'm by no means an expert in winter situations and stuff, but like I said, I have I will do everything in my power to get us unstuck or out of a bad situation. What the roads look like when we get on to 64. Cold diesel does not sound happy. I let it warm up to operating temp, but it is just really cold out. Oh, speaking of volume, I know a lot of people have been complaining about the audio quality on the videos. Sometimes I am speaking a little bit quieter because Liz is asleep and I don't really want to wake her up just to make a YouTube video. But a friend of mine has a channel, a YouTube channel called Bearded Fat Man. He sent me some articles about some add-on microphones for the GoPro, and I need to watch the video and order one of those. All right. What's that?
It's pretty icy.
I don't think it's ice. So I'm going to watch that video, we're going to figure out what mic would be best for our setup, and we're going to order it so that when we get home, I'll be able to throw it on the GoPro, and then we'll have a little bit better audio. Alright, we're going to get a little point of view driving because everyone seemed to love it and simultaneously hate it because it fed on their anxiety of winter weather driving, which is understandable, but we're just doing a decent speed. Yeah, Jake's off just for, I don't know, control's sake. I've heard mixed things on it. I don't want to test it out. We can brake just as well without Jake brakes on. just going at our own pace. It's pretty clear in the right lane. Left lane is a disaster. It is a big block of ice with a little bit of snow on top. I did go around the Creed driver because he was erratically speeding up and slowing down. Not because I wanted to go any faster than him, I just wanted to go at a steady pace. I didn't like having to kind of like slam on the brakes when he would just randomly brake for, I don't know, maybe he saw something differently, but this section is not bad in the right lane. But I just wanted this straight open clearing where I didn't have to worry about anybody else in front of me. So we're being passed by Prime right now, who was all up in our lane. I would love to see how fast he thinks is good for conditions. Probably pinned at 65, because that is the myth that mega carriers think that speed governing a truck makes you safer. Yep, right at 65, pinned. Yeah.
Oh, you can do the 65. Do 65 up there.
Yeah, like the roads don't look bad right here, but there are a lot of patches of ice where where the wind's blowing the snow, and it does get a little sketchy driving over it, and then the lanes kind of wander around as well. But alright, little updates. We are still trucking along. There has, other than the Prime truck that passed us on this Governor, have not seen any other traffic on Westbound. It is pretty clear, but then we hit these patches of just covered ice, so we kind of have to watch the speed and make careful movements and stuff. But for the most part, the lane's pretty clear. But just like this, we hit this section right here where half of the lane is just pure ice. You just slowly back off and kind of let the speed drop down. Definitely don't want to slam on brakes. That'll just make the situation even worse.
Alright, so our 3-day turned into 6-day load was finally about to be delivered. That was not the most fun drive, but we had a good time being shut down in Indianapolis. Watched a lot of TV waiting for the snow to do its thing, and just, I don't know, sometimes it works out that way, you plan the best you can to get it there Friday. And then I had looked at the weather apps, but I was mostly concentrating on Wyoming and Nebraska, and I kind of got blindsided by the snow across the Midwest. But luckily the agent that we work with on this load is really forgiving, and he's always really relaxed. So it's kind of like, hey, I have this load, it was supposed to be picked up last week, if you could get it there this week, that'd be great. And then we hit him up and we're like, yeah, so I don't think we'd be able to make it there this week. We'd have to go quite a few miles out of route, but if they really want it, we can do that. He said, nah, just get it there Monday. We said, okay. So it was good, but at the same time, kind of hurt our week, but we were already planning on spending the weekend in Salt Lake anyway, so it doesn't really change anything except for how early we can get to picking up another load today. But it'll all be okay. Just trying to get home for my birthday by the weekend, so it's been kind of tough called on a couple things already this morning, but nothing's really worked out. Some of the really good loads get snatched up really fast. All right, I should stop for the railroad. Shipping dock, I still go down to the receiving door, talk to them there, and then they say, yeah, go down to the shipping dock, go into door 8. It's been the same process every time, but definitely looks like they're not working quite yet. It's always a trick though. We're always getting in the door, or sometimes we get in the door, sometimes we have to wait for the door, and then you sit for about an hour. But they don't hold us here for too long. It's just not a fast process, but still a good load. Still enjoy running it. Still enjoy working with the agent that has this load. All right, so we do have one truck in a dock, so I don't know. Do you think I'd have room to turn around if I swung to the left, or? This is.
You want to see if they're actually here and I can work on turning?
Yeah, let's do that. I'll just park right here. Let's see. Get the bills. Go talk to the people. Have them tell us to go to door 8. Alright, so at least going this way, I'll turn around.
Now we need to take the hazmat placards off because you can't drive a empty trailer with hazmat placards on. I think these placards are done. They soaked for 6 days.
Yeah, that's fine. We have so many of them. All right.
Just gonna get up there and get the straps out. Most of the places will take them off for you. Sometimes they set them inside and then they don't get put back in your trailer. So if you care about your straps, you take them out yourself. There's been a few times where I forgot. Wow. Yeah, the truck is still filthy.
Joke that I'm behind the dock 3 years in and still perfecting just straight line backing and backing into a dock. All those years of doing reefer and still learning, still trying to work on it. This one's a little tricky because it's downhill, but woo, there it is.
Alright, I hope everyone enjoyed that. A little bit different. We're going to try to get Liz in the videos more. Everyone's been asking, and she shows some interest in wanting to do it, so I'll do what I can to help get all the GoPro set up and everything. And what a week, but that is trucking. Yeah, so to me that is the definition of the that's just trucking term that everyone throws around. Like sometimes you get hit by a blizzard that covers from Texas all the way up to Montana, and you have to sit for a few days, and then but I mean, at the end of the day, we'll be okay. We have plenty in savings, so it's not going to make or break us. This load pays really well. We're going to get another one going home, which we're not going to be able to be the most picky because we need to get somewhere specific. We called on a few loads, but good old Taylor Corp came through trying to offer us 72 on a $7,500 load, and I told him no. And then he called right back and asked if he could move some accessorials around. I told him nah, I'm just not interested in it. But what he doesn't know, if he calls us back again and they can't have somebody cover it, our rate's going to go up and up and up. Every time he calls, we're going to add $1,000 to the rate.
Did we call him this one?
Yes, they had it covered.
They had it covered. Well, they just posted it.
That's a different agency.
It is a different agency.
Yeah, they're just copying and paste. Somebody didn't delete it off of a board somewhere.
Yeah, true. What a shame, what a shame, what a shame.
Yeah. So I think we're going to wrap this one up here. We'll start another video heading back home. What an adventure, man. What a crazy. This was supposed to be a really good week. We're going to get here Friday, try to get something out. If not, we would get something out today. Got sideswiped by the guy that uses a flatbed as a weapon with a small child in the truck, mind you. And then tried to say that he was just going to tell him that I hit him, which I have that on video as well. And then the snowstorm, getting stuck in the truck stop parking lot, thinking that people were going to laugh at me for getting stuck, and then there was like 4 other people trying to get themselves unstuck out of the parking lot. Then the guy pulling in front of us got stuck. It's been an adventure, but not much happened from Nebraska to Utah, really. Just normal driving. I didn't even pick up the camera because there wasn't anything noteworthy, and I've showed the same trip probably 3 times now. We skipped some of it, but we'll see where we go next and make a video from there. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.